Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well. From wherever you watch this channel, I would like to start this analysis a bit differently by going through a posting from Koriri Singoi, the Foreign Affairs PS. So there's something which Koriri Singoi shared here in his X. This is what he said. Pleased to update that our team from Bangkok finally secured travel visas and made it to Hoi Chi Minh prison in Vietnam, where Margaret NDUTA is presently held. We can confirm that while deeply distressed, Margaret is coping and has been treated humanely. Though Margaret was not represented by counsel during trial, an appeal filed a few days ago will be heard soon. In the meantime, we continue to engage our Vietnamese counterparts on other options towards resolving this difficult matter. Kenyans are strongly advised not to get tempted and lured into any form of drug or human trafficking. It is an extremely dangerous and costly misadventure. So this is a posting that was shared by Koriri Singoi. So there are 2 points we note here. There is an appeal which was filed 5 days ago. Also, we are told that the Kenyan delegation is trying to seek for alternative ways of resolving this predicament. These are, reliable information from the PS Koriri Singoi. So at least now we know that Margaret NDUTA had not been secretly executed, because there was fear that maybe these people are barring Kenyans from accessing Margaret NDUTA na kumbe washamalizana naye kitambo. So we are left guessing. But from this posting, this is evident that Margaret NDUTA is still alive. And this is some sigh of relief to the family. I want to also bring to your attention that there are people who are talking about Uhuru in Vietnam. I'm still looking for a video. That video, I'm still looking for it. But there's a story that is trending that Uhuru is in Vietnam. Because we all know that during Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's time, there was a close relationship between Kenya and Vietnam. Back then, I think Uhuru might have traveled to Vietnam, or the Vietnamese president might have come to Kenya. But there was some relationship that Uhuru had started crafting with the Vietnam government. Now, that video, I'm still looking for it. I'll share it as soon as I get it, ladies and gentlemen. So back to PS Singoi's statement. 2 things: an appeal, also government looking for alternative ways of resolving the matter. So before we explore these 2 ways in this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, kindly like this video. It's so important, because when you like this video, that is the only way YouTube shares our content. Subscribe to our channel if you are not subscribed before, and to existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. 2 possible scenarios that Margaret NDUTA is going to be confronted with. 1, the court appeal, the appeal that was launched is seeking to try to, reason with the courts regarding this predicament that Margaret NDUTA is believed to be finding herself in. There are people who still believe that Margaret NDUTA is not a culprit, that she is a victim. Someone took advantage of her, her, because she was not that conversant with some of those international laws or laws in Vietnam. Now can fix. So that is one thing that we are confronted with. So because that happened, NDUTA had to be, caught red-handed with that bag that carried 2 kilograms of that illicit drug. So because that is one thing that people seem to believe in, it's a narrative that the government want to push. So the PS wants to take advantage of this growing reality that most likely Margaret NDUTA was not aware about what she was doing. So there's also a different push here, because there are 2 scenarios. One is the PS Singoi is telling us about another engagement on other options toward resolving the difficult matter. What Kenyans do not want at the moment, in fact, the Kenyan government is seeing a Kenyan being executed. They'd rather even be confronted with the reality that she's going to be jailed for like 30 years, 20 years, but not execution. That is what is actually giving this government sleepless nights. Because if that happens right now, if it happens, then it most likely Kenyans are going to be unhappy going forward. So that's why if you go online, there are a couple of reactions to this posting from Koriri Singoi, and one of those person who's reacted is Gabriel Ogunda. We all know that Gabriel Ogunda is one of those people who've been supporting Raila Amolo Odinga, and because of that reality, and we very well know that Margaret NDUTA is a Kikuyu origin. So this is this reaction from Gabriel Ogunda is giving us an impression that this issue is not tribalistic. This issue ni issue ya Wakenya wote. This is what Gabriel Ogunda said. Keep pushing. We are all keeping our fingers crossed for NDUTA. Someone by the name Illegal Immigrant says, I hate this regime, but at least you did something good. This is some tweet that is giving us the impression that they are appreciating what the government is trying to do to protect NDUTA. As a guy intelligence says, as a leverage for such negotiations, Russians and Iranians would look for any Vietnamese in their country place serious espionage charges against them, followed by a death sentence which will be pending as they engage over their NDUTA. There's something else. Shilton Mudavadi says, Bwana PS, I want to bring to your attention also there are agents here in Nairobi who are taking our girls to Saudi Arabia. They get mistreated there and then they escape to seek security in their offices. The agents keep them there locked in rooms. Kindly follow up. Okay, let me just take you through the last two. Someone with the name Tom Oyer says, PS Kenyans are suffering in the Middle Eastern countries. Some were sent there through government programs. Many women can't leave UAE because they have stateless children. This should get your attention too. The last one, Joel Ochieng says, Kenyan women, more so from central Kenya, should be educated on danger of drug trafficking. So this issue of drug trafficking, allow me to take you through a last one because this is a bit let me just take you through a last one from someone by the name Anyole. While we seek justice for Margaret, imagine someone likely very powerful cleared 2 kg of cocaine at JKI and stood to pocket 21 to 29 millions tax-free from that shipment. Exactly, ladies and gentlemen. This is why Kenyans are not happy. Someone pocketed almost 22 million and then NDUTA was paid 170,000 to ship this item to Vietnam. And then in Vietnam, NDUTA is caught and then she faces execution. This person pocketed 29 million, huyu amepata only 170,000. So who got majority of the share? Of course, the person who pocketed almost 20 something million and na yeye ana threat yote kubwa. So that's why I think this second part where PS Ngoi is telling us about exploring other options. These other options should be how to get these people brought to book so that this kind of things do not recur. You know, we are not supporting this issue, so it should not recur. Some of the other Kenyans should not find themselves in this kind of predicament, being used to transfer something to a country where there are stringent laws ambazo zikikupata ni execution. Kitu kama hiki kimempata NDUTA. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to rest my case there, but just go below in the comment section and tell us what to think about the latest development, the message from Singoi. What do you think about Singoi's statement? Just tell us below in the comment section. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.